Welcome to another webinar in our Supporting for Success series. It will be recorded and the recording will be sent to you and also available along with all other webinars in this series on our YouTube channel. My name is Kate Lozak. I am the Sales Development Coordinator at Bywater Solutions, and I will have the pleasure of introducing you to Aspen Discovery, a highly customizable and versatile open source discovery layer. Now, first question we should probably answer is, what is a discovery layer? Well, to put it simply, it is an additional layer, additional interface that sits on top of your ILS, your integrated library system or your library management system, that allows you to discover a variety of resources and content via one point of access. So Aspen does it really beautifully, connecting collections, digital content, events, e-resources, and more, all in one place. Now, since Aspen is incredibly robust, we can't possibly cover everything that Aspen has to offer in the time we have today, but I will highlight major integrations, features, and the value Aspen can bring to both you as staff or your patrons. So we will be sending you the presentation slides that list these integrations and features, and you can always reach out to us with any questions. So the chat feature is also available. If you have any questions, please let us know. We'll be happy to highlight and answer your questions either during this webinar or address them later on in the email that we'll be sending you. And of course, if something catches your eye, we'll be happy to schedule a more in-depth demo for you as well. And we'll be sharing those contact details at the end of this webinar as well. So let's see what the discovery layer, Aspen Discovery, will help us discover. There's a lot of discovery happening, and I hope I will be able to show you how much of it you can do in Aspen. So let me just switch tabs here over to Aspen Discovery. This is a homepage for one of our model sites, which welcomes us with the most commonly used layout of browse categories. So these options right here that you see, these are browse categories, which are specially curated collections that can be created from search results or lists, and can be used to help you highlight what your institution offers. They're really handy because they operate as set it and forget it. So for example, for summer reading, you can set up a browse category to start on June 1st and finish on July 31st. And then when your patrons visit Aspen on August 1st, they will no longer see that particular browse category. So that is really handy. These are very customizable. Throughout this webinar, you will also notice that everything that you see is customizable, including, of course, the layout, the theme, menu links, the selection of the browse categories you see here as well, or even what your homepage looks like. But this is the most commonly used one. So this particular Aspen is connected to open source Koha ILS, also one of the products that we support at Bywater Solutions. But Aspen supports multiple other ILS systems like Kara X from TLC, Evolve, Evergreen, Polaris, and Sierra from Innovative, and Symphony from Circe Dynex. At Bywater, we currently have partners using all these ILSs that Aspen integrates with. So Aspen's versatility and flexibility is really showcased by the wealth of the integrations and customization it offers. And again, we won't be able to highlight all of them today. They will be mentioned in the slides that we send you, but I will try and highlight some of the ones that can really show what Aspen can do for you. So here on top of your browse categories, you will notice the search bar, and it will stay with you throughout. So here, to perform a search, you can choose different search indexes. So of course, a keyword, title, but also series, subject, call number. Aspen also has a built-in advanced search module that can be listed here, but also incorporated as a menu link. So again, the versatility kicks in here. You can also choose different search areas. So these are the areas that Aspen pulls in and allows you to search either in your library catalog. So that is, of course, your physical materials, your books, DVDs, the items that you traditionally think of when people think of libraries, but also special collections. So library of things, kits, museum passes, anything like that. Online collection. So that includes eContent via API integrations. And right now, Aspen integrates with Cloud Library, Boundless, Hoopla, Overdrive, and Palace Project. So when I say via direct API integrations, I mean those titles are not only indexed in real time in Aspen, but patrons can also manage them, their checkouts, holds, returns, also directly in their patron accounts in Aspen. Aspen will also allow you to search through articles and databases. So for example, EBSCOhost, EBSCOEDS, ProQuest Salmon. Similarly with events, Aspen integrates with major calendar management tools with Alphabet Interactive, Attend with Communico, LibCult with Springshare, and Library Calendar with Library Market. But just to give you even more flexibility, Aspen also offers a native events module at no additional cost. So that means that you might not need a third-party integration as well, and still be able to incorporate events into Aspen. So in Aspen, both patrons and staff are able to create lists. Staff, of course, have an additional option of creating public lists. So again, like with browse categories, we saw that we can create custom lists and promote them as browse categories or embed them somewhere else as collection spotlights or book rivers, carousels, whichever terminology you use. Another resource or another source that can be indexed in Aspen is library website, and that includes both internal and external websites. And when I say internal, I mean websites built in Aspen, because Aspen also has a available web builder module that allows you to build your own websites. So again, saves you having to use an additional third-party integration as well. Additionally, you could also look through digital archives platforms like Omeka or Content DM. Basically, anything that uses the OAI, PMH, so Open Archive Initiative Protocol for metadata harvesting, can be also incorporated and searched and accessed in Aspen. Same goes for genealogy records. But this list is not exhaustive. There are many other search areas that will depend on your Aspen and the types of integrations that you have. So some of them also include, for example, your interlibrary loan services like ShareIt, InReach, or WorldCAD. So that integration will allow your patrons to discover offerings of your library loan partners directly in Aspen as well. Or even a Talpa search, which is an AI-powered natural language search tool. And again, that can be added as an additional search area in Aspen. Some of these subscriptions that we mentioned, some of these integrations that we mentioned today, they do require additional subscriptions. Some of them come directly built into Aspen. So that can also depend on what your organization has. You will see that the search areas, they're not the only place where you will notice the wealth of available third-party integrations. So from accessibility tools like chat platforms like ReciteMe or UserWay, to eContent enrichment services like Content Cafe, Synthetics, Novelist, Aspen really offers many integration options. And again, you will have the list available in the slides when we include. That also and that list is continuously growing. That is the beauty of the collaborative nature of open source. And Aspen being an open source product is really heavily user-driven. So most of these integrations have been incorporated thanks to libraries coming forward with their needs and ideas. And so, for example, you can use Google Maps to display geolocation information, Stack Maps to show the physical location of your items within the library, and of course, some other popular services like Accelerated Reader, Goodreads, Hippo eCard, and eRenew for self-registration and card management, or of course, the New York Times bestseller lists. So let's see and perform a sample search so we can see what Aspen can actually do for us. So I will perform a search for Taylor Jenkins Reid. There is a new book coming out, and Aspen will already, when I start searching, Aspen will already prompt me with suggestions from metadata from my available records, and also correct any typos. So I'll take Aspen up on this offer and perform a search for Taylor Jenkins Reid. So since Aspen is not only about bringing all resources together, but also empowering and engaging your user as well, the most prominent feature that you will see right here is something that we call a placard. So the newest novel by Taylor Jenkins Reid is now available, request today, is a placard. And think of a placard as an ad banner that can be triggered by certain words or terms that you define to direct patrons in the directions that you would like to promote. So events, read-alikes, or any specific resources. In this case, we just got a huge delivery of the new Atmosphere books. So I really want to make sure that folks can request it today. So I will send them over to that particular title when they search for Taylor Jenkins Reid, but also different terms like read or atmosphere. And I will set it up only, let's say, to last for 1 week, because then I anticipate that book will be incredibly popular, and patrons most likely won't need to be prompted to place requests for it. While we're here on this page, I also would like to highlight that pretty much everything that you see here is customizable. So of course you can match the coloring to your branding, so you can change the colors of the search bar, the font, the way it highlights when I hover over these tabs, or the format category icons, or our facets. So when it comes to facets, I can choose from over 40 facets available, including 3 custom ones. Choose their order, whether they're open or closed by default, whether I can multi-select the options, but I can also control the vocabulary. You know your patrons best, so you can decide that perhaps you don't use the word ebook in your institution, but you use the word electronic book. And since I am logged in as a user with administrative privileges, I can just quickly use the translation mode to perform a translation right here and there. So all those green numbers that you see here indicate what I can translate. And I can translate that very quickly just by clicking the number and changing the translation to electronic. There you go. And Aspen will update it right here, right now, so you can also make sure that it looks correct and that indeed is the translation you want. But that's just to highlight one of those really ease of use features that Aspen has throughout all its modules, all its functions. So I will come back to this placard, but first I also wanted to show you grouped works. So grouped works are the core of Aspen. Since Aspen uses Ferberization, so FRBR, which stands for Functional Requirements for Bibliographic Records, all the same expressions of work are grouped together. So your page will not be cluttered with pages and pages of results that will repeat the same formats, but they will be grouped together. So here on the example of the 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, we'll see that we have the format of book, audiobook, e-audiobook, now electronic book, and large print grouped together for the same title. Again, the names of those formats are customizable, just like the order of them. So if, for example, you decide to promote large prints in your library, you can absolutely move the large prints to the top of the list. Or if you would like to control even the vocabulary on the checkout buttons or change the colors, you can absolutely do that in Aspen. The same goes to the record details, grouped work details that you see on top here. You choose how much or how little you would like to show. The same for the number for where the item is located. Oh, let me just exit my translation. You choose how many are shown here. You decide whether you want to show if there are items on hold, how many copies are available, and where. So again, Aspen allows you to customize really a lot in the grouped record view in the search results. After 2 results in Aspen, you can also choose an option to show the Explore More box. And Explore More box is a really great way to prompt your users into different directions, because this Explore More box will pull all relevant results from the search areas we talked about here. So if I have any online collections, there are relevant results in my EBSCO databases, or even in my genealogy records or any websites, they will be pulled directly into that Explore More box. So right here, for example, we see that we have a book signing. Yes, Taylor Jenkins Reid is coming to my library on Saturday. So we are going to be hosting a book signing. So of course, if somebody is looking for Taylor Jenkins Reid, I would like to prompt users there. There's also a website devoted to Taylor Jenkins Reid, or any available list, other web pages, or anything else from these search areas will also be displayed after two results in Aspen. And just like most things in Aspen, that is also optional. If you don't want to show the Explore More box, you absolutely don't have to. You can even customize the covers that show here to match your branding better. So let me just go back to the placard. That will take me to now a detailed record view. And in this detailed record view, I will be able to see more detailed information about this particular grouped work. So again, here I can customize what I see on top, like the author, publisher, any series information or lists, all available formats and editions as well. So if I click on edition of this large print, I will see different options available if they were from different years, for example. That's a good way to have them differentiated in Aspen as well. There's a variety of available sections or accordions in the records view as well. So, and again, you can choose which ones you would like to show. You can choose whether they open or close by default. You can choose their order. Aspen will also create more like this section from your records, so that is already built in as well to prompt users to explore the collection. You can here you will also see other third-party integrations for content enrichment. So for example, here we have a Novelist Select integration, which comes directly from your where information comes directly from your Novelist integration and is plugged into Aspen to highlight what else you have that can be relevant to the user looking for this particular title. Another example is, for example, reviews from Goodreads. And since I am, again, logged in as a user with administrative permissions, also Staff View, which is a very handy tool for troubleshooting and performing certain administrative actions right here from the records view as well, instead of the administrative panel. Let's go ahead and place a hold and see some of the Aspen's functionality and user account features. I'm going to go and place a hold on a book. And here I will see that I will be able to specify my pickup location. Let's say I do want to pick up at the main branch, but also place hold for any of the accounts that I manage. Aspen has a feature called linked accounts, which is ILS independent, which is used by, for example, caretakers and caregivers, families to manage multiple accounts in Aspen. Again, that requires consent on both sides because you do require a barcode and a pin to allow linking accounts, but that is something that allows families, for example, to manage all their accounts together using just one account. So I'll place a hold for Samwise, and it will let me know that the hold was placed successfully. I can pause it, and it will show me here that it is now on hold for me. And when I click on this, it should take me directly to my Aspen user account, to my holds section. But you will also notice that in my account section, you will see an overview of what's in my account. So here you will always see any nodes that are left, any opaque nodes that are left for me from my librarian. So for example, I left my ID in my book and I need to come and pick it up at the reference desk. I will also have any information about linked accounts and also a link to take me to that section. And of course, a quick summary of what I have right now on my account. And that will include checked out titles, items that are overdue, any titles pending or ready for pickup, and campaigns. Aspen also will here show me other titles that I might like based on my suggestions. In the left-hand side, you will see also the account menu, Aspen tries to draw your attention to the important sections. So you will see that, oops, there is an item overdue, but there is one ready for pickup. Also that I have fines to pay. So Aspen will also take care of your payments. If you're using any of 14 integrations that are currently available, patrons can pay their fines and fees directly in Aspen, and this will also be directed in your ILS. Not only that, but Aspen will also allow you to create a dedicated donations page where patrons will be able to use these e-commerce integrations to make donations for a library cause of your choice. So, and then you can link to that donations page from an external website. So again, using that same e-commerce integration. For fines, you would be able to see fines for all the linked accounts that you have and pay them directly, partially, or in full, depending on your settings, from the user account. Let's have a look at some other sections of the user account. Of course, checked out materials will list all the physical and e-content that we have checked out. It will also, here you will see some additional information from your branch, for example, opening hours, and if you're using that feature, library savings. So library savings is a really cool, is a really great feature in Aspen, where you can show, when you can share with your patrons how much they're saving, and it's not only for your physical ILS records, but it also includes e-content, and you can modify these values in Aspen administration as well. In this section, you will see all of them, but also with the division into physical materials and our e-content. Since we have integrations with Libby, Hoopla, and Cloud Library, I will be able to see them directly here as well. So I will see that right now I have 2 items checked out via Libby. I will be able to, if possible, I will be able to renew them, but also return them from this panel as well. And that action is immediate, and you can see that it's now gone from my account as well. Again, here we'll see information about the items I have checked out or overdue, highlighted in red, if possible, and depending, certain patron accounts, activities, or actions are ILS dependent. So if it is available in your ILS, it might be available in Aspen. But it first needs to be available in Aspen, as Aspen will always follow the rules set in your ILS. But you might be able, for example, to renew your items if possible, or early renew. And of course, we will have option to perform bulk actions as well, or export them to CSV. Similarly, in our holds, or here renamed to titles pending and titles ready for pickup, I will be able to see what is waiting for me and when, or what I am still on the list for. There are different sort options for pending holds. So one of them is also by library account. So this way I can see who from my family, for example, has what on hold. So as you can see here, Sam has Atmosphere on hold. And then we have Tina that has Appalachian Reckoning on hold as well, but it's all available from the same user's view. Here, again, depending on ILS functionality, you will also be able to, for example, freeze a hold. Just perform that quickly. My hold was funded successfully. Change the pickup location, and I will also see recommendations for any titles while I'll wait. So now, since I froze that hold, it shows now as frozen, and I have the option to thaw it. And if I wanted to, I can also change the pickup location and see recommendations while I wait for other titles based on my ratings. If ratings are, you can allow your patrons to rate titles, and they can use the stars to prompt Aspen to get to know them better. You can, of course, perform selected actions in bulk as well. So since I mentioned patron engagement and empowerment, I would like to show to you a few cool features that Aspen also offers. So one of them is campaign engagement module. Campaign engagement module is a feature added this year that it's an that allows administrators to set up interactive goal-based campaigns. For example, reading challenges with customizable goals and rewards, where you can track participation and progress. So for example, summer reading program or any other engagement initiative, thanks to this module, you can have a structured, user-friendly way to connect with your patrons. So I can see all available campaigns for all my users, any past campaigns as well. I can see any campaign information, what kind of milestones, rewards, and my progress. I'm not doing very well on this one. But that is something that also is built into Aspen, comes with Aspen right out of the box, doesn't require any third-party subscriptions. Connected to reading history, which allows users to track their reading history, also sort them, delete them, add to read history as well. And again, reading history is optional. So patrons have to volunteer to record reading history. They can also stop recording it at any reading history, and they have control over what kind of ILS and eContent records are here. And connected to reading history, Aspen has a feature called Year in Review, so think Spotify Wrapped. That was also community-driven. At AspenCon conference, partners thought, wouldn't it be fantastic if Aspen was able to generate a summary just for the users of their activity throughout the year? And this is how Shelved Year in Review was born. So here you can see statistics like your year usage, your top formats, top authors, and also view suggestions for recommended reads. So another cool feature for patrons to stay engaged with Aspen, to stay engaged with their collection, and to see their progress as well. Also, the library savings feature, which is also optional. So folks do have to opt in to track library savings. But again, this is a very good, easy way to show your stakeholders how much value is in your institution. And of course, you can see statistics for the last few years, and folks can see how much money they're saving thanks to using your library. Just to mention that Aspen allows you to create lists. They can also be imported from old catalog. Patrons can create them very easily from search results and view them and arrange them all in their user account. And again, for admins, I am also able to change the list from private to public to make it searchable to be included in this search area. Aspen will also allow me to save my searches. So for example, I decided to, since my account name is Samwise, I decided to save the search for Tolkien. And every time there is a new item that fills the criteria of my search, I will be flagged and notified that there's a new item right here. Aspen will also will also record the searches from the last 2 days, but they are not used to collect any data on your patron's usage. So this is all private and only visible to that particular patron. In the account view, you can also view your library card and library card for all your linked accounts. Now, Aspen is fully mobile responsive. It does also come with Aspen Lida, Aspen Library Discovery app, so its companion app, that is included in Aspen Discovery. So every library that has Aspen Discovery also has Aspen Lida. There is also an option of a branded Lida that allows you to add additional branding, but that might come at an additional cost. But there is a companion app that is included with Aspen Discovery. Here to chat. There's a question from Elizabeth. Will Aspen automatically integrate our Overdrive platform, or will it only show what ebooks and audiobooks mark records that we have loaded into our catalog? So since Overdrive is one of the API integrations, you do not need to load your records into your ILS. We would set up a direct API connection in your Aspen and in your ILS only for account authentication, and they will be managed, updated automatically in Aspen. So that takes your ILS directly out of the equation here, so you no longer have to do that. And a question from Joanne, is Aspen using specifically PayPal? Aspen right now uses 14 different integrations. So these will be, there are let me copy them in the chat, but we'll also include that in the slides that we send. That is the list. And of course, there's always option of adding new developments. Quite a few of these integrations for e-commerce specifically have been developed, for example, in the last 2 years. Again, Aspen is very user-driven. It is libraries that really propel what is being added and how, what works best for you, for your ILS, for your patrons. Trying to see if we have any other questions. I think we're open on chat. So one last feature I would like to show you before we wrap up is also recommendations. So in Aspen, you can rate titles, but you can also mark titles as the ones that you're not interested in. So Aspen will not use those or Aspen will eliminate those from your recommendations. But here you will always see your bespoke selection of what Aspen thinks will work for you. So if you allow your patrons to rate the reviews, Aspen will have the opportunity to get to know them better. So this is a very quick, this is one more question. Is it possible to link Aspen to a digital archive hosted by Omeka? Yes, yes, it is. And again, it will not even be hosted. We don't have archives. Omeka is one of the archives that use the OAI PMH protocol. That means that these results will be, again, configured directly in your Aspen administration and pulled right here in your Aspen interface, and pull your collections and other facet information from that digital archive setup. And another question is if it gives mark record services like Koha for easy cataloging. So no, since Aspen is not a integrated library system, but a discovery layer. So any cataloging, any record editing will have to happen somewhere else. So either in your Koha or in Mark Edits or any other mark editing tool. Another cool feature of Aspen is that even though not all eContent collections have direct API connections, they still can be included in the online collection with something called sideloading. So any batch of mark records can be added directly to Aspen and be discoverable right here in the interface along with the other, along with the eContent like Hoopla, the Cloud Library or Palace projects. These are great questions. Thank you so much. Just checking chat, but I think we're good here. Again, this is a very cursory overview of selected Aspen features. And if you would like to join us for a more in-depth demo, please do let us know. You can always reach out to us, reach out to Adam Brooks, adam@bywatersolutions.com. I will be happy to explore any of these features in more in-depth if you would like us to. And don't forget to register for more of our webinars in Supporting for Success series. Our next one will be on Wednesday, August 20th at 2 p.m. Eastern with Jessica Zaro, our Director of Sales and Outreach, titled, Why Are Libraries Making the Switch? Let's Explore Koha. So if you or anybody you know is interested in making the switch to Koha, please join us or register, and we'll be sending you the information afterwards as well. Thank you so much for joining us. It's been a pleasure to show Aspen to you, and just let us know if you need more information. I will be happy to put it together so you can make an informed decision if Aspen is right for you. Thank you all and have a great day.